So side control, sub chain. I think every white belt going to blue should know not only submissions but how to chain them together, along with takedowns also. But let's start with our side control sub chain that we're going to look at. So first thing we're going to do is we're just going to start in our side control. So Reese is going to put his hand, he's going to get his top frame from here. All we're going to do now is we're going to reach over, we're going to grab the thumb and the pinky and the wrist. We're going to put it to the ground. From here, this is a double wrist lock, so to look after your partner, just be a bit soft with it. From here, my elbow goes into his neck, and I'm just going to release the double wrist lock and just get the Americana for now. Once my hand's there, my other hand comes underneath. From here, I'm going to cock my wrist just like I'm riding a motorcycle, like this. Both my wrists comes up to there.
Good? No, sorry.
Once it's on there, I'm keeping that nice and tight on the ground. We want to strangle the submission before we apply it. So from here, we strangle the submission, and then I'm just going to pull his elbow to his rib. And that's all it takes. So the first part of the sub chain is the double wrist lock, or the Americana, if we're going to take it easy on his wrists. From here, he's going to defend that with he straightens his arm out. From here, I keep control of that arm. I'm going to put my forehead onto his bicep, keeping my hand nice and locked here and locked here. As I do this, I'm going to turn my cutting bone into his arm and apply the arm bar, or the arm lock. All I'm doing here is pushing that arm down, turning my cutting bone in, pushing my head, making sure that our hand is below his elbow for the fulcrum point, just like so. Okay, it doesn't take a whole lot. So once we've done the arm bar from there, he's going to tuck his arm in for the defense here. From here, I'm going to grip, I'm going to push his hand down to the ground. My other hand now is going to come underneath and grab my own wrist. Alright, so now we need to strangle the submission before we apply it. So I'm going to pull his hand right up into his armpit, as far as it goes. From here, now I can switch my base and then pull it through for the Kimura. Now, we just come back to here one more time, pin it to the floor, grab my own wrist, strangle the submission, push it up right into his armpit, switch my base, and apply the Kimura. The last part of the submission chain now is I'm going to reach up and I'm going to come through and grab my bicep, and grab my bicep, and on both sides here, I'm going to lean forward and squeeze for our key lock submission. So one more time, we've hit the Kimura, we're here. Now I'm going to pass off the top one, locking everything in. 1, 2, leaning forward and squeezing. All at the same time for the key lock submission. So every part of the sub chain from the very top. We reach over, grab his thumb. We can hit the double wrist lock. If we punch that down, there's a lovely wrist lock. But we're going to look after our partner and we're going to turn our hand to get the Americana. Strangle it, apply it. He escapes it, he straightens his arm. From here, we strangle the submission first, placing our head, and then we apply it. Next, he turns it in to defend it, pin it to the ground, hand comes under, strangle it, apply it. Next one from here, we're going to shoot it through, grab my tricep, hang my bicep, lean forward, and there is your side control sub chain that you should learn from white to blue.